Hello and welcome. We're going to do a really quick how-to for the 1.01 Unit 1 project. Mouthful there. It's talking about identifying the romantic period characteristics. So we have already in class and through our lessons learned that the romantic poem has a specific language, style, figurative language that it uses, theme, etc. So what we're going to do is now put that all together by choosing a poem and actually giving examples of it through quotes, as well as explaining why that is a good example of one of those traits. So first part is you need to choose a romantic poem. So you need to go to the textbook, and here's like the different steps that you need to take to get to it. It's hard to link to it every single time we do this project, so I just put it this way, and it helps you to be able to find it in the future. So class homepage, course materials, resources, if for some reason that doesn't automatically pop up, to a list to scroll down to the Journeys in Literature, British and World Classics, Volume D. Alright, so my example is that I chose I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth, and what page numbers in the textbook I found it. So it needs to be from the textbook, but it cannot be I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud because I gave that as an example. If you go then to your part 2, you'll see that it's a chart. And so again, it gave you examples of each. So it tells us what we figured out that each characteristic has. So language uses positive connotations, emotional words over factual ones, simple word choices. Remember, this is usually, so it may not be every single time. So what I did is I highlighted which one I found in the poem. I did a quote of it, and then I put those two pieces together into a full sentence. Using the word tossed and sprightly shows a positive connotation to how the daffodils danced. And I did the same thing for each one. So style, which one of these, what's the quote for it, how did I put it together in a sentence, figurative language, quote, sentence, themes, quote, sentence. And remember, themes are usually things like lessons, or you can just tell it brings it up multiple times, that kind of thing. That's one of the hardest ones to find sometimes. All right, so then you put it into your chart and you'll be good to go with that. Now that you've gotten your chart, you literally put what you put from these two sections, part 1 and the column 2 and column 3, into a paragraph using the quotations. And I do want you to make sure you see here we are using in-text citation. So anytime you use a direct quote or you summarize something from it, you need to make sure that you're saying where you got it from. So here we've got tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Who said that? That was Wordsworth. And then the explanation of what it is. You can also do it backwards where you explain and then say what the quote is, but then you'd still put Wordsworth at the end and then put the period after the last name of the author in parentheses. All right, if you need help with this, feel free to reach out. You can do this.